Alright, I'm back. Bye-bye. Because let's see, I want to see a couple of other places. Pengsu's closed. Mission accomplished. Oh yeah. The farmhouse is silent and empty. The barn is still gone. So is the cave. A few horses graze in the empty field. All right. There's nothing at the bus stop, right? Yeah. I can't understand it, I'm afraid. Very good. Good music for looking for small secret creatures in a rain-filled wood or like not swamp, wetland maybe. Okay. I believe there's a whole mechanic where radio waves can guide you to things. But But I will leave that to future adventurers, I think. Should be scene 5, but I stopped to look at Equus Oils again. Because I assume I'll cut that out. Because nothing happened. Kind of late. Are you sure they're open? Are you sure it's not too late and all their souls have been taken by the Hard Times / Consolidated Power Company distillery? Sure, they're open. This is one of those places. Oh, you know it? Pretty rough, huh? We never went inside. It's not that bad. Let's head on in. We are not saints, but we've kept our appointment. How many people can boast as much? That's lovely, ma'am. Who said it? A poet. Oh, good. Thanks, Junebug. Ma'am, I hate to say it, but the cupboard is bare. Have some vision, Cricket. We've got 1, 2, 4 patrons. Harry doesn't count. Well, we've done more with less. Gave it up, huh? Well, I bet Harry has some coffee on back there, but I won't vouch for quality. She's a connoisseur. Johnny's favorite regional cuisine is gas station. A rough brick between 2 pieces of stale bread sits in the center of the table, surrounded by a ring of undisturbed dust. This makes me think of my middle school auditorium. Ezra flips eagerly through the jukebox's catalog of songs. Let's do the one that's Highway Noise number 3. What do you think? I don't know how to play this game. Help me. Alright. All I'm pouring tonight is Hard Times whiskey. Got any coffee going? No coffee. Hard Times whiskey. Say, shut the GD door, would you? I can't afford to run the AC all night. Oh God, we're stuck in the play. We're stuck in the play. Sorry, Harry. Oh, it's you two. Where have you been? Never mind. Listen, I can't keep this place open through the small hours of the night just waiting for musicians. Yeah, kinda. Everybody had to, clear out. 'Cause I sold them. Let's get set up, huh? There's nobody here to listen to it. I can't pay for... We brought some people, Harry. A crowd is forming. Yeah, but also Don't you trust me? Oh, boy howdy. Couldn't you use a break, Harry? He could, but been on my feet all day. But time to go sing some karaoke. A bulky set of black goggles sits on the edge of the table, next to an ashtray, a newspaper, and a few empty glasses. This is me! These are my goggles! Huh. Who do you think that belongs to? Whoever they are, they're gone now. Must have been pretty tank to leave it behind. This thing looks expensive. This is me. This is the barfly. I'm the barfly. This is me. Give me back my glasses. Okay. Look at her. Perfectly angled. Ezra's like, can I have some water? He's like, no, you have to have whiskey. How's it looking out there? How are y'all feeling tonight? Can we get a bit more reverb in the monitors? Harry adjusts the soundboard behind the bar. How's that? Test. Test. 1, 1, 1, 3, 50. Lamentation. Lamentation. Sounds good. How's everybody doing? Anybody had a real bad night? How about you, old man? You got to meet Shannon. Well, we'll take care of that right now. Oh God, you gonna make it bad? This is a song I heard in a tavern many years ago at an open mic night. Me and Johnny were out just riding around, you know. You like to drive around, old man? I like this one because it is fun to explore, but also, is that depression? Depression. Is this depression? Of course you do. So we were out riding around and we passed this gaudy old tavern. I think it was a real dive. Busted up facade. Weeds in the parking lot. Taps all dry. Bats in the bar room. And run by this creaky bag of bones. Looked like the only thing keeping him awake was the fear of death. So glad to be back here at the lower depths. What was this place? Hey now. So we stopped for an early drink, and there was a lady singing right here on stage. And the song she sang, well, it stuck with us, and now it's a regular part of our repertoire. Never got that lady's name, but she seemed like a sweet gal. Lisette! Maybe. Never got that lady's name, but she seemed like a sweet gal, and she had a voice like Scotch whiskey. And we just hope we do her song justice. So here it is, Too Late to Love You. These subtitles have been so helpful. I'm so embarrassed. I was just like, I thought that was just the first set of lyrics. I'm so sorry. Let's see, when you left me, I never should have met you. I wish we'd met before. When you left me. What a strange way to stand. Oh boy. Love Ezra with his hands on his hips like that. He's just like, well, what's all this then? What the heck are you talking about? That is something. Oh, nothing more to say? Okay. Let's see. To whom? Shannon, do you have any takes? You like to listen to the static between stations, so I'm not sure if this meant much to you. Well, hope you liked it. Oh, Conway, I think you have heard it before. I don't doubt that. You look like you spent an evening or two in a grimy old tavern. Listen, we appreciate you folks sticking around for the show. There's nothing more wretched than playing sad songs to an empty room. We've just got to get our fee from Harry, and then we'll get you headed to the, 0. What was that? What was that? Oh, her vaguely recalling what we said, maybe? Well, Harry, I think that went pretty well. I'd say the crowd was into it. Reverential. Rapt. I guess the usual fee is about right. I'll let you get back to your business. Well, that's just... Damn it, I was trying to tell you to. I can't pay. They cleaned me out. I've got nothing left but a GD IOU from the distillery. An IOU. Yeah, I traded them for some whiskey, and I guess I had some surplus credit. So I got this note to get some more from them later on. Must have been a hell of a trade. I had to. Got to keep this place open somehow, god damn it. What's your language, Harry? Well, very contemporary, very astute. How about it, Harry? Let's push some paper around. Well, it's just... I can collect on it here when they bring more whiskey up. But for you to cash in, you'd have to go down to... down to the distillery. Down to hard times. And, it's... You've got to take the 0. So that's what we'll do. How do we get there? Are you folks sure you want to head down there? I've never been myself, but I hear... people hear things. Rumors. Dogwood? Got a letter, did you? I got a stack of them. Well, okay. Sounds like the 0's your only course now. Harry, you're all right. If only. You got a radio in your car? Yep. Well, here's what you got to do. Take a left out of the parking lot, and then just fiddle around on your dial until you hear something familiar, familiar but strange. You know the feeling? Like, I used to go hunt with my uncle out in the mountains, and now I watch these nature programs. They're filmed in the mountains, and there's the deer, and I know all the plants and every kind of tree, but something just doesn't look right. And it's even stranger for being so close to familiar. Something like that. You'll know it when you hear it. Something uncanny. Fix that strange but familiar station on your dial, drive for a bit, and then turn around when the station cuts out. I mean, right then. Hope you folks find what you're looking for eventually. Always a pleasure, Harry. Is it? What was his surname? Esperanza? Hope? That's pretty rough. That's a rough surname. Whew. Neon signs rattle tunelessly in the dark. What? Okay, so again, I'm not used to these things that stay once you're. I don't know if anything has changed out in the world, but I think I'm just gonna radio. All right. Something uncanny. Oh, okay, so they tell you. Okay. I didn't choose it, though. I don't know if she says something for each of them. The hell? What happened? Oh, Charlie. Yeah, I've always been a little afraid of them. They're so big, and I don't know. You look in their eyes, and they're almost human. Like they're human and animal at the same time. Since they've been domesticated so long, I guess. Well, that fits familiar but strange for me. Harry said we just drive until it cuts out. What? They're all posed. Ooh. Whew. Love the exclamation points. Oh, I didn't even notice. From Hard Times Distillery. Okay, so we're at the horses. All of my directions are from the Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Oh? Will we hear that famous song? Ooh. Homer, how are you? I don't care about the road, I only care about Homer. It does look like it's, like, dissolved. The bridge ends abruptly, crumbling in disrepair. Time to cut him loose, man? I'm having fun. Ha, okay. Slow night anyway. They're stuck with us. A loop of decayed rope is coiled on the banister. Some rotted sections have been smoothed over with fine dust. I had to cough. Broken computer monitors are heaped precariously among the rocks. Sort of like going up to the Marquez place. Pet carrier for a cat or small dog has been left by the path. A calcified rag wadded in the corner may once have been a blanket. There's people here. A hiking backpack leans against a rock. It's empty except for a dusty bag of cat food and a few punch cards. A pile of discarded electronics burns steadily in the center of the chamber. Oh, it's triangles within triangles down here. Shifting, intersecting, overlaying. Isn't it romantic? Let's see. You're here to steal back the love of a boy you once knew when you were too young to recognize the movements of the heart. And you're escorting her, pretending to have her interest at heart, while really you're in love with the young woman as well, and so you've agreed to help him conspire to win her affections, but it's just a ploy to set him up for embarrassment and diminish him out of the picture. Well, maybe I still have the knack. I used to be really good at this. I had 11 novels published, from The Billionaire's Bidding to Fields of Longing. Real hot bodice-ripping stuff, you know? I miss those days in my Lexington studio apartment. Just me and my thesaurus steaming up the windows. Oh, Ezra's not even listening. He's looking for a game. You know, suddenly it was all computers everywhere you went. I thought I might be able to do something with that. Inject a little libido into those ugly beige boxes. Ha! So I went back to the university and I studied human-computer interaction, and then I picked up Donald's research assistantship here as a tester, debugging. In my off hours, I played around with the doomed love story at the core of our little simulation. That seems to amuse Donald, so I kept at it. I'm afraid I've tinkered too much, made it too complex. Now our work is never done. You don't even have to add any new functionality. The bugs just grow on their own. Too complex. I miss those days in my Lexington studio apartment. I can look at her. A woman in a tattered cardigan looks furtively at the other people around the foyer. Excuse me a moment. Donald puffs on a smoldering pipe while half mumbling, half singing an old country tune. Where the old green river runs, through hills and caves not known to us, down to that sunless sea. Ah, who are you? What's that song? Oh, you've caught a verse of my absent-minded warbling. It's just a song from my youth. Something a dear friend used to sing to herself as we hacked on crystal radios in the boiler room. Ah, Lula, he's meaning. This is Joseph Wheattree, Lula Chamberlain's friend. In old Kentucky, where my love a lovely home did build for me, and where the old green river runs through hills and caves not known to us, down to that sunless sea. From there on, it's all meandering rivers and romantic greenery, and that is. What were we talking about? It looks like a harmless old computer, doesn't it? Like some beat-up mainframe exhumed from a university basement and left in this cave to rot. Or to flower. No, it's no ordinary computer. I've modified it extensively, and in some pretty experimental ways, believe you me. And that's to say nothing of the software. But, you look like a technically minded sort of person. Tell me, do you know the effects of mold growth on diffused base transistor circuitry? Certainly, but not all of it. Some moldy filaments are more or less conductive than others, and it grows in nonlinear, chaotic patterns. We can guide it a bit through a simple application of classical horticulture, but we can't produce specific results, only tendencies. Thwarted and feeble, we hammer on this derelict keyboard. My name is Reason, King of Kings. But we are mere gardeners in the ruins. Our keystrokes echo off into tunnels, boundless and bare. The caves stretch far away. We are too late. Always too late. He's the dude. Oh, he was at the play as well. He was sitting next to someone. Maybe Joseph Wheattree. I really am bad at reading the characters. What? Did you say something? I'm just interested in the old computer. Oh, the software. My life's work. XANADU. You've heard of it? Perhaps you've read about it in a journal? It's been years since I published anything. XANADU has evolved significantly since I explained its data structures in my article, Literary Multitudes Hypertextual Narrative as Post-Structural Witness. Evolved and then deteriorated. I'm afraid you are too late, fellow hypertext enthusiast. As the mold accumulated on the circuitry, XANADU blossomed for a moment into something holy and enchanted. Then all the charm was broken. Do you have any idea what it's like to spend your life building something and then sit powerlessly as your work declines into ruin? Not really, Junebug. Sometimes Junebug feels like she's from a different game, and not just because I think she's a robot. Shuffling around the dusty ghosts of antiquity. Well, I have my own ghosts, and I keep them in there, in XANADU. It's running on that glorious dusty machine. Take a look if you like. Too late to do anything but smoke and reminisce anyway. Far too late to do anything. Boy howdy, this guy has... Oh. Do you know that when I first... No, I mean, if this cage were larger, could it... No, I'm getting ahead of myself. I've got it, okay. How would you characterize this space? The one we're staying in now. A catastrophe. Or the site of some ancient catastrophe, anyway. Sure, the evidence is all around us. We're surrounded by them. Look at that one, up there. Do you know that? No. Let me explain to you what's in that tunnel. You won't be scared. Close your eyes. Will you close your eyes? Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I have to write that timestamp down so I can try and get rid of that cough. What happened? All of a sudden, I'm just coughing constantly. Oh, man. It's annoying. Alright. Okay. Good. Now, you are standing at the top of a rocky peak. A tongue of flame licks the shadowy anatomies of... Where are we? Oh, here again. How disappointing. No, it's my fault. I shouldn't be so attached to the future. It's always getting in the way of my work. Better to be in the moment, carefully observing and documenting, with no attachment. Let me give you an example. I was a grad student, studying statistics when I started working with Donald on his project. He said we needed someone with a more analytical mind to do the descriptive writing. Someone who would appreciate the cave descriptions as real labor instead of taking their authorial voice for granted. Donald warned me it would be long hours of typing painstakingly detailed descriptions into the computer. And I've put in the hours. Believe me, I've put in the hours. I've described every facet of this cave in such detail that sometimes I don't know if I'm reading or looking, writing or exploring. Often, in the dark and lonely moments, I worry that in my sleep I've transcribed rooms from my dreams into the system. How would we know? They could only be entered with precise, faithful detail. That's all I know how to write. And all I dream about is caves. I only dream of caves. Man wearing large glasses inspects the ceiling. Oh, I don't think I looked at a description of Donald. Oh, it's not going to show up again? Okay. Then we'll move along. A massive gate constructed out of scavenged materials blocks passage down the far side of the spire. Before I go to XANADU, is there... Oh, is this only a single path? I thought it might go in a circle again. No? Okay, let's go. Roberta. There's a whole tribe of academics down here. The kingdom is in peril. She laughs. Well, what else is new? You're in the throne room. There are 3 legendary treasures hidden throughout the castle that will restore these ruins to their former glory. She's messing with you, kid. Enchanted jewelry, talismans, a magic mirror that prevents the future, a magic shield that protects the bearer from age, a magic chest that's always filled with... I never went to the university. I was an independent scholar. It means I took to the public libraries like a beachcomber. I studied fairy tales. And then I came to work for Donald. I paid the bills, rubbed leathering elbows with academics, scraped black mold from cave walls. Finally, now I carry the firewood into senescence. The kingdom is in peril. Woman in a long worn shirt stares into the fire, lost in thought. Goodness and also gracious. Baffling control panels are sheltered from the elements with a worn tarp. A closet-sized wall of knobs and wires looms behind the machine, humming faintly. An electric typewriter is the only easily recognizable component. How do you think we get it started? This old thing? Hey, there's a hand crank around. Oh, it has a run key. Kentucky gets pretty depressing. Oh my god, is this a radio computer? Forest. You're in a east-west passage with holes everywhere. Lula! Joseph! Remove the computer, carrying on their backs. I wonder if this relates, if we could go back and see the Lula Chamberlain's roll the sound stick through your own adventure exhibit. That's the last trip. So everything is down here now. Ooh. As well, inventory. Got the machine. Synthesizer? Question mark? Part from the School of Music. It's all out my voice, so we won't have to type so much. Joseph has his slate and punch cards. He's transcribed for the reading his typewriter paper tape reader. And you've Ooh. I have my portable degausser with me. Old systems like this one can build up a remnant magnetic field that sort of warps everything along whatever pattern it's settled into, you know? The degausser clears that up by suddenly shaking the magnetic field around until it's uniform again. That's how I like to think of it anyway. Like, shaking a snow globe. Worth a shot. The gink. Where you set up your instrument. Premature end of file. Press any key to quit. Look, you just got to come up with a program that approximates the spread of black mold. You can figure that out. Bizarre. And what was that about Lula? Maybe Donald knows how to clear it up a bit. You're in a maze of twisty little passages, all alike. Stark. You're likely to be eaten by a grue. Boy howdy, this is taking a while. Still the same thing. I still don't know who that is down there. Where was I going if I wasn't going to Donald? Why would you make me wait for your camera to slowly trundle over before I can start a conversation? Yeah, I'm there. I'm at Donald. Thank you. So, you've seen it for yourself. What's left of it? Pretty busted. The chalky bones of a beautiful dream. But you can see what it once was. Can't you? Can't you? There was so much more to it. Ornate labyrinths of memory. Exhaustively simulated parallel cave ecosystems. Real artificial intelligence built on sophisticated neural network algorithms. The birds in the forest could flock in 3 dimensions. The bats could learn to sing. And then it began to crumble. And then it began to crumble when the strangers came. First, we only heard them walking heavily through the caves, dragging things around, hammering and clattering their tools. Sometimes we heard working songs, never close enough to make out real voices, just their echoes cascading wordlessly in the tunnels. Then we caught a glimpse of one. Is this the mine, the Elkhorn mine? I shouldn't be telling you about this. They're dangerous. They're strange. I should never have tried to outwit them. They were always too much for me, but it's too late now. If I had listened to Lula, Lula Chamberlain? Yes, of course. Oh, do you know her? How do you know her? A long time ago, all this, you see, just look at it. No, she's gone now. She left. We built this together, did you know? Lula, Joseph, and I. Excuse me. Lula's gone from here, but still in there. In Xanadu. I don't know where Lula is now, or how to get there from here, or how to unwind that damn tangled highway. But Xanadu, before its ruin, was faultless as an oracle, a shrine to perfect simulation. But maybe those weird interlopers destroyed my Xanadu. Perhaps they know how to fix it. It may be dangerous. I've spent many eager seconds. Like seconds in command, I guess? To negotiate with them, to repair my masterpiece. Back there, that tunnel. Push back the vines. Crawl out into the darkness. Watch your step. After a while, you'll feel the terrain change beneath your hands and knees, from rock to crystal, and then to mud. Then you'll be out. That's where the strangers come from. Now leave me alone. I still have a bit of mold in my pipe, and a few dreams left. I kinda don't like you. I think out of the 3 of y'all, Joseph Wheattree, I don't know if he was more of a jerk in his youth, but he seems like the best out of the 3 of you. Oh dear. Oh. I think this was the route. No, I think I may have missed the chance to wander around the 0. Why would they put it right by the entrance? Oh, jeez. I hope not. I hope I'm wrong. Well, this can't be right. Looks like an old church. Yeah, that's what he said. Crystals and then mud. Okay. I want to stay outside. I think I saw a lizard. I'll stay with him. Okay, we'll make it quick. Man, I'm gonna be mad if I missed out. Because it's not like there are safe states. Finding lizards? Nice cover story, kid. Nah, what's a boyfriend anyway? It's a word people use because everyone else does. Doesn't mean anything to me. He's my cricket. See? It means something. It's specific. Not for us. You've just got to make choices and own them. You think I was born this foxy? I came off the assembly line about a half-foot shorter and all gray. No eyes. They're gonna have us clearing out the old mine. It doesn't matter what you look like under all that rock and water. A bunch of gray shadows shoveling and hammering invisibly at the walls, draining the tunnels. Johnny found some gear, an old tape player. We hid away in an underwater cave and listened to it over and over, and we knew we weren't miners. We slipped out onto the road, just these two featureless shadows, and ever since that night we've been detailing, coloring in, specifying. I feel more like myself every day. Is that right? I'll have to keep an eye on you. Man, I'm just... With Kentucky Route Zero, I have a bad sense of what furthers and what is the stuff you might miss. It wasn't... Hey, what's going on? You look flushed, old man. It doesn't matter. Right. Okay. We got what we need. Let's go. Huh? Trace an orbit round the road, and close your eyes with holy dread, for we on mold and whiskey fed, and drank from rivers down below. We found your strangers. We know how to fix your damn machine, but I'm not sure it was worth it. Oh, soon the visions will return. What have you found? Oh, a bit of a poem to rally the illustrious spirit. Of course. Go on, type away. By all means, do not hesitate. Type away. Yeah, okay. I kind of wish they would clear away the stuff once you've read it. Now I'm worried I'll miss something. Slowly. This was an interesting choice. Why did they make the camera move so much slower than the people? Oh, I wonder if it was, what's the word? So people wouldn't feel sick. Maybe the camera moved too fast or something? I don't know, but this is the new Conway broken leg speed. Like before, it was Conway leg, then it got fixed, now we're back to this. Okay, we're supposed to type dome in air. Weird. Just following instructions. Here we go. Right? Check out the building. You are inside a building, a storage shed for the National Park Service. There is a sensible, modern electric lantern nearby. Get lantern. Taken. Exit building. Enter forest. What? North. Those are leaves and trunks. Okay. I thought it was rain. You are in open forest with a deep valley to one side. Can we climb a tree? I don't think much is to be achieved by that. Sorry. Can we dig a hole? You can't see any such thing. Pretty limited vocabulary. Yeah. XANADU has not excited me yet. Oh, it's a maze. East. Lula is here, soldering replacement components in a small, handmade radio. Ooh, we should talk to her. Ask Lula how she is doing. Hi, Donald. I'm getting the strangest interference out here. I've been tuning the radio circuits gradually as we go, swapping capacitor values and tweaking resistor networks. It was working for a while, but everything I can pick up sounds so distant and muffled. Lula hands you the radio. Well, maybe you'll have better luck. You're good at this stuff. Just don't forget to give it back. Joseph. Tapping with a small stylus on a modified pocket braille slate. A small gray kitten, no more than a few weeks old, dozes comfortably on top of his backpack. Listen. Donald, I was just transcribing your footsteps. Sounded like... Joseph runs his finger along the index card he's been tapping on, from right to left. Long, weary song, drearily gone, dearly gone. You beat a melancholy shuffle through these woods, Donald. Ha! I've been noting down the sounds of the forest, with an ear for speech, and an inborn filter for poetry, I suppose. So maybe it's me being melancholy, after all. I'm eager to see what the poetic subsystem makes of these punched cards. Edge of hole. Massive hole. The computer tied to your upper back slickens with sweat in the afternoon sun. The rope slung around your shoulder has slipped under the strap of your backpack, digging uncomfortably against your collarbone. Light lamp. Your lamp is now on. Shine lamp in hole. The lamp light only reaches a few yards down the hole, where the rock is coated in a slimy black mold. You can tell that the walls are too slick to climb safely without assistance. Yell. Any pirates down there? No response. Sorry, kid, you're batting 0 today. At least we know there's no pirates. Tie rope to tree. The rope is tied snugly to a tree trunk. Down. Your feet slip a few times on the slimy rock, but you remain stable. Lula and Joseph descend carefully after you. Bed quilt. Huh. Is this the birthplace of the musicians? You're in bed quilt, a long east passage with holes everywhere. Joseph and Lula remove the computer equipment they are carrying on their backs and begin setting up. That's the last trip, so everything's down here now. Say something back. You make an awkward joke. Don't be so morbid. Oh, Lula looks pensive. Asking where the treasure is. Ha! If we knew that, we wouldn't have to set up down here. I know you think this environment will help our project, get us in touch with a deep romantic reverence for some kind of profound natural spookiness, but I was more comfortable in our lab. The university picked the worst time to cut our funding. Typical institutional steaminess and academic politics. I mean, I felt like we were getting really close to something. Anyway, I don't know if it's sustainable down here. You know, to live and work here together. Sure, Donald. We may as well take inventory. I've got the tape machine and the synthesizer parts we borrowed from the School of Music. It's all tuned up to my voice so we don't have to type so much. Joseph has his slate and the punch cards he's transcribed from the poems we read him. He's got the typewriter and the paper tape reader. You've got the CRT display. How's your back holding up? Joseph looks uncomfortable. Jealous. Hey, Donald, can you help me wire up these generators? I'll assemble the synthesizer, but I could use some help with the serial interface, if you have time. You hear an unfamiliar echo from a tunnel to the east. I would have liked to have seen what's in the east. I appreciate, Donald. I'm not much of an electrician, you know. You know that. Joseph hands you a bundle of wires. His kitten curls up on a spool of cabling. Listen, the three of us had a good thing for a minute, wouldn't you say? Up the old place before it got ugly. I'm saying we came down here to work, to really do it. XANADU. And I mean we've got to be rational about this. All three of us have got to put our feelings aside for a bit and be rational. Do you know what I'm saying? Tell Joseph to back off. Joseph wipes his brow with a dusty sleeve. Seems down here we're all strangers. Permanently strange. You're interrupted by the ominous echo of a grating, scraping sound from the east, louder than before. What the hell was that? Let's check it out. You rush down the tunnel with Joseph and Lula close behind. That got kind of intense back there. No wonder they're still thinking about it. The tunnel narrows, and soon you find yourself crawling on your hands and knees. Navigating the tunnel gradually becomes more awkward, as smooth rock gives way to jagged, crystalline surfaces. Uh-oh. They're going to the cemetery. Scratches and taps echo from the end of the tunnel, some short and piercing, some slower and groaning as if dampened by water. The tunnel opens into a large room. You are in a large irregular chamber. The walls, floor, and ceiling are covered in crystalline projections. Oh no, I should have degaussed like I thought. Strangers are here, scraping black mold from the crystals. They look up when you enter. One of them seems about to speak. Finally. Let's listen to what he says. The stranger reaches for a box he's carrying and presses a plastic button. The box whirs to life, and a crackly voice blurts something unintelligible, then slows to a deep gurgle. He looks at his companions momentarily in confused disappointment. Then he returns his awful gaze to you. Joseph flees through a tunnel to the north. Lula flees through a tunnel to the northeast. Oh no. I should have degaussed. I like Joseph more. Run northeast. Joseph scrambles across outcrops of crystal as you struggle to follow him in the dark. He calls back breathlessly. What happened to Lula? Lula, are you back there? Look for Lula. You can't see any such thing. Donald, you have to find her. Make sure you find her. Joseph climbs through the cave into the darkness. Look through Lula. You can't see any such thing. The strangers return to their work, scraping the crystals. There is no sign of Lula now. You should leave. You're in bed, Quilt. Joseph is here, panting for breath. Damn, did they follow us? Where's Lula? Down one of the tunnels. There's tunnel. You select a tunnel at random. Your lantern illuminates several sets of footprints on the moldy cave floor, but they are impossible to identify. The various computer and audio equipment cast angular shadows into the tunnels as you scan slowly across the pile. Nothing. Oh. Lula climbs down from the rope still tied above. Is it you or more shadows? Lula advances carefully. It really is you, isn't it? I got lost out there in the tunnels. For a while I thought I was running in circles, or some kind of labyrinth. Every rocky wall and floor looked the same. Finally I ended up here. I hid out for a bit, waiting for you. I heard voices, but I wasn't sure, not after what I have seen. While I was out there, I spent some time on the Zero. What? Why? Joseph, it's different than what we've heard. It's like a real place. They pick up garbage, they deliver mail, they go to work and to church. My most vivid memory is a parade of images like a waking dream or a slide lecture I'll never understand. A television, a scarecrow, a crystal, a feather, a sandwich, a CRT monitor, a bottle, an anchor. Joseph seems agitated. Ask Lou about the Zero. It's calling to me, Donald. It seems important. Important? It doesn't matter now, damn it. I'm leaving. To hell with all of it. Well, we should stop him. You shout something at Joseph about the project you are working on together. You'll die in these damn cold caves. And what about those men? You know they'll come back. You shout something at Joseph about going deeper into the caves. Did you hear their voices? They'll find you. But not me. I'm going back to the surface. Stop! Your stupid fight is ringing through the whole cave. Joseph is right. We can't stay here. I'm leaving too, but I'm not going back to the surface. I'm taking my station wagon and I'm heading down the Zero. You plead with Lula about your continued collaboration. I'll send you this tape when I'm done recording. I'll put it in the mail, and then you can see what your damned machine does with it. Lula and Joseph have left. Abandoned by your collaborators, your confidants, your companions, the only two among your colleagues with whom you've ever trusted the gift of your friendship. Pretty thick. Sounds like Beardo had his heart broken. You wander the tunnels alone, dragging along the components of your unrealized masterpiece, combing the underground passages for a new site in which to realize your vision. Sounds like a genius. I mean, vain, yeah. Vanity, ain't it the truth? My Aunt Remedios, before she got into the whole ethnomusicography thing, she was a painter, mostly nudes in oil. She had this model, I'll never forget him, big, classically physical guy, looked like he was about to storm Troy. He made everyone call him the Colonel. Weaver and I saw this guy naked a lot. You couldn't help it. He was always posing somewhere in the house, chasing the light from room to room, while Aunt Remedios made a sketch of his profile or worked on the right mix of pigments for his abdomen. The Colonel had this magnificent hair, long black hair that ran down just to the bottom of his shoulder blades. One evening, he was standing next to an open window in the back of the house. The sun was setting. Early spring, I think. It was kind of windy. Aunt Remedios was trying to get his hair right. She kept arranging it, like half in front and half behind, running over his shoulder and laying across his chest in this very specific way. But it itched him or something, and he'd do this weird indignant shuffle thing, where the wind from the open window would push it around, or he'd start and turn his neck when Weaver or I ran by, and everything would be tangled again. The final product was a swirl of black lines billowing around the top of his neck. Weird thing is, I don't even remember his face now. Just that black swirl. Probably the best one she ever painted. After what may have been years, you stumble out of a tunnel into a cavernous open space. Stalactites adorn the ceiling like grotesques. In the center of the room is an enormous rocky spire. This is where you will set up your equipment and establish your legacy. And now you can play XANADU within XANADU. Now is the time to continue your work. Research assistance, 0. Realism index, 37. Romance index, 2%. Mold coverage, 0. You may hire a new research assistant, assign assistants to a task, or sleep until tomorrow. Hire. Uploading job advertisement to university message boards. You have hired Rick, who studies library sciences. Assign assistants to a task. You may assign research assistants to debugging, transcription, or speculation. Assigning available research assistant to transcription. Alright, sleep. Rick types up some lurid imagery from a dream journal. 27:17. Mold coverage 8%. Hire. You've hired Andrew, who studies statistics. Rick identifies a bug with the oxygen level simulation, but is unable to fix it. Andrew discards centuries of exhaustive data on the uniformity of cause and effect. Greasy, black mold is collecting on the computer equipment. Oh no, I think... yeah, it's getting worse. Weaver! Who studies mathematics. Oh, what should she be put on? It doesn't really say who is being put where. Weaver widens tunnels slightly to reduce the need for extra crouch commands. Rick carefully transcribes the sounds of dripping water in all their variations over a period of several hours. Andrew muses about the love lives of fungal colonies. Intruders. The strangers are doing something to equipment, but you can't make out what. You hide behind a rock until they leave. With trepidation, you emerge from your hiding place hours later. Yeah, me neither, frankly. Debugging is important. Rich fixes some weirder math. Weaver makes adjustments to the echolocation algorithm. Bats now fly normally instead of getting hung up on each other's wings and clustering together like horrible, leathery tumbleweeds. Andrew summarized the migratory patterns of bats through the tunnels. Amy posits that nature, not reason, is the master of industry. Weaver follows the strangers into the tunnels. She doesn't return, but neither do they. Oh no. Give me $6. Oh, they don't. That was the boring answer. Fairy tales, nice. Okay. Wait, what? Oh. Tunnel diameter as a function of length. Amy makes a convincing argument for the edibility of stone. Roberta had ideas. Oh, a mail carrier on a bicycle brings you a sizable bill from the power company. Hey, Greg. They could have made this a little faster. More intruders. Oh no. University message boards have been discontinued. I'm dreaming. You, Lula, and Jules will stand in a hallway. The walls are blank beige. Just after winter quarter, but before spring, so there's no students around. Joseph says something clever, and Lula leans on his shoulder. You wish that said she had taken your hand, or that there were any other option. So we got 100% in that. I'll do one, maybe two more, and then I'm gonna move on because this was kind of old before I even started. Habit of absent-mindedly chipping away at cave crystals and sprinkling their dust in the air behind you has paid off. Just a few feet down one of the tunnels blooms a small but kaleidoscopic garden of crystals. More intruders. 1 mold coverage, 0%. Okay, this is getting boring. The last one. Nutritional meal of boiled cave moss seasoned with a salty, translucent paste you've harvested at great personal risk from stalactites. I want to keep playing. Do you? I don't. Why stood you quit? Eat the lamp. Smash the computer. Eat the lamp. Ridiculous. We have to wait it out? Research assistants come and go. You don't encounter the strangers again, but sometimes you can hear the uncanny echoes of their voices off in the tunnels. Years pass, mold accumulates. You and the remaining research assistants take to burning disused equipment in the center of the room. The black mold is intensely flammable and makes an excellent catalyst. It leaves behind a sweet, narcotic perfume. One night, you have visitors, outsiders, different ones. Then later that night, an old friend. You really did go deeper into the caves. Premature end of file. Press any key to quit. So we're there, and then later Lula's gonna come. Scene 13. Lula. Really did go deeper into the caves. Well, you were easy enough to find. I've met a few of your former assistants. One can't help but hear things. So this is what became of our project. Oh, I've made some additions. Joseph stole the data tapes for the first half, so I've had some blank spots to fill. Yes, I know. He published his version, actually. I'm sorry to report that it's a bit tediously sentimental. Oh, good. Yes, you're looking not well, to be honest. You smell like a distillery. Have you been drinking? Oh, no. Well, I wouldn't blame you if you had been. It's so dim here. So, you've got the address data? Just pass it over to Donald here. Donald, will you be a dear and crunch these numbers? We're looking to sort out a street name collision. Dogwood Drive. I insist. I have cycles to spare. I'll just pack my pipe and get to it. I should only be an hour or so. Andrew will carry it over to... I'll be at the bureau for the rest of the night. Just mark it private materials for the attention of Senior Clerk Chamberlain. How do we get to the bureau from here? The bridge. Yes, the bridge. Through the gate over there. Now we, too, recede into history. Good night, Donald. Meet me at the bureau, and we'll get you on your way. Head counterclockwise to the cathode ray. Cathode. Okay, so bureau is counterclockwise. Cathode. Then turn around. Bureau. Between us, I think you should drive. Thanks, Grandma. You don't have anything to say? Okay. That was very interesting. This supercomputer that predicts so much. I'm surprised that Junebug didn't speak up. It sounds like those strangers might be what she used to be. Nope, I've learned my lesson. It stops the camera from rotating. It's just the same stuff. Okay, if we're able to travel around the zero after this, that makes me feel better. I'm kind of worried that I missed something. Because I got all those directions and then I just hopped right to Xanadu. The gate. Gate is open, and thank goodness. I think that is song is about to play. Ooh. Someone has left a portable tape recorder on the path. It doesn't appear damaged, but there's no tape to play or record. A bookshelf was carried only partway up the path here before the project was abandoned. It's still useful. The peak of the spire is crowded, anyway. A sensible, modern electric lantern has been left here. The batteries have long since died. Homer. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Ha! Interesting how it is, isn't it? Thanks for waiting, Homer. Way longer. It'll be okay, Homer. What happened up there? Just a bunch of computers. What else do you need to know? Whew. Thank goodness. I was worried that was going to end up being the end. Right, doesn't look like you get to go back either. Alright, I am going to leave it there for now, because that was way longer than I thought it would be. Next time we start some more secret touristing around the Zero.